From the News Talk STL studios in St. Louis, it's the Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter. Tonight, life tips for mediocre people with comedian Sarah Perry, surviving college as a conservative kid with Kristine Sposato, and the Right Mind studio band, Mitch Murphy and the Murphy Tones. Now, putting the fun in your dysfunctional world, here's your host, Todd Showalter.
Hey, are you like a collector? Or are you more of a minimalist type of guy? I mean, if I were to go to your house, say right now, and I came in, I mean, do you have stuff that you collect, or do you have are you one of those spatial people that just like your place to look like a dentist office?
I have found myself becoming more of a minimalist in my older years, but as a kid, you become a forced collector.
Yeah.
You watch Winnie the Pooh once,
Right.
just on TV, and then suddenly every single birthday card and Christmas gift is Eeyore. And you're like, I don't think I really liked Eeyore the most out of all of the Winnie Pooh characters, and now it's become my identity.
Okay.
That happened to me with Goosebumps, those scary books from R.L. Stein.
Right.
Just 1 year, my grandma thought, I'll buy this kid all 60 books. Here's the sheets, here's the pillowcase, here's the beanbag chair. And then eventually, in my older age, I sold them all off and made a pretty penny.
Oh, I was going to say, because where you were going with that, my wife, who I can't bring up on the show, would have hated you. But now the fact that you got rid of that stuff, now she likes you.
Now I'm an eBay fanatic. I love selling the stuff.
Okay. Well, that's why she likes you so much. So I think she likes you better than me.
Yep.
But here's the thing. Now you have. You've been in my studio, my cartoon, control center. And
the brainstorm studio.
Right, it's my fun room. Okay, so anyway, let me preface this little nugget here for you. Okay, for Christmas, I like collecting stuff. Okay, I like my toy monkey heads, things like that. Fun stuff.
Yeah, voodoo stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Something I'll find in somebody's front yard that maybe they went inside to get something and now it's mine. And so I like collecting stuff. And so I actually for Christmas got like this metal rooster type thing, which was like, okay, am I supposed to make a sexual joke about this?
Yeah, you're the rooster.
Yeah, but anyway, so I thought it would be fun to say, and right now it's down in the kitchen still, and I thought it would be fun to prop it up, to put it like on a Kentucky Fried Chicken box. That would be kind of funny, right? Don't you find that funny?
Yeah, of course.
Right, and she says, no, you're not doing that to my kitchen. Now, this is my rooster to begin with, but you're not doing this to my kitchen. Now, here's the part that kind of confuses me. Now, I can say the word blanket, and I can say the word sheet, right? Okay, I can say that. Oh, is that okay? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because this is what she says to me when I suggested putting my rooster on top of this Kentucky Fried Chicken box. She says, "Oh, you can do that, but go put it up in your sheet museum." But she didn't really say sheet. She actually said something dirty. Why don't you go ahead and do that.
Sheets fired right there.
Just go put that up in your sheet museum. But she didn't really say sheet. She said something else. You know what I'm saying there? And I was like, sheet museum? Now, you've been in my sheet museum. And do you feel like my studio, which is a museum, do you think it's full of sheet?
It's like Mary Poppins was up there. There's a place for everything.
Yes.
Things are framed. Things are displayed. There's spotlights on special awards.
Exactly. Awards that we're going to get, by the way. I mean, we were just talking about that. The thing, I'm a little upset because you just got back. In fact, you came rushing in here. I think just to rub it in that you just got in from Jeff City. And the last time we spoke, which we talk quite often, but I mean, the last time we were doing the show, after the show, you said, hey, why don't you come to Jeff City with me? We could have a good time and hang out and meet a bunch of people and do some pranks and stuff like that. So I was all ready to go, and the next thing you know, you're already there and I didn't get to go. So what the heck is that all about? Why did you say we were going to go and have this big, soiree in Jeff City and have a good time and pull pranks and maybe Goose Mike Keogh or something like that, and then you actually just go and didn't tell me you were leaving? I mean, I had my lunchbox and my backpack and everything all ready to go, and I'm sitting there waiting outside the door, and Laura, my wife, who I can't bring up, comes out and says, why aren't you in your sheet museum? And I said, I'm ready for Joey to pick me up for my big trip, but you had already left.
Did you put it on your calendar, or?
Well, no, because the thing that you...
It seems like you have a wife and kids and a family, and...
So you're blaming it back on me. So
you forgot I was there until I texted you and said, there's only one bed, still bring the wife.
Still bring the bed. Oh, you did say that, didn't you?
I said there's only one bed, but we're going to get weird with it in Jeff City.
Did you wear in Jeff City? But you stayed. But that would have been fun had it been a Holiday Inn Express. But where do you stay? You stayed at the Crapitol Inn. What was it called?
Yeah, the Crapitol Plaza Hotel. It's a
Crapitol.
brisk 7-minute walk to the Capitol.
Right.
So you couldn't sleep any closer unless you were homeless, which half of the city is.
Why did you go to the Crapitol Hotel, and why were you in? I mean, this was like for the beginning of session or something? Is this like the big kickoff? Is it
Opening session,
it's
yeah.
like a pep rally type stuff. Do they have cheerleaders?
People introduce their bills.
What are bills like?
Hey, Hillary.
Oh,
I got a bill I want to pass. I want to make a
Nancy.
pass.
Hillary, boy, talk about cankles. So you were there 2 days. You just got back in, and I obviously didn't go. What was the highlight of being at the Crapitol Hotel in Jeff City? Who was the most fun person that you met aside from Chris Arps?
Well, the lady checking me in, Teresa, she was wonderful.
Why?
And because she was in such a good mood,
Oh, this
it
was
actually
nice.
catches you off guard when you see how aged the hotel is. I mean, it is awful.
It is. Well,
The
how many-
mattress worked, so that's all that really mattered.
right?
But as soon as you open that door, it just reeks of cigarettes when you get into your room.
Right.
There's no refrigerator. There is a big old price tag on the bottle of water that says $6 if you even look at this.
Get out of here.
You'd think a place this much of a dive bar type of situation,
Right.
they'd at least say, here's some free water to make you feel good.
Well, who is your travel coordinator? Who puts these plans together?
That was Big Boss Jeff,
Big
you know.
Boss Jeff.
He knew that it was more about the location
Mm-hmm.
than the sleeping through the night without being interrupted by the people banging next door and
Banging
also
next
blowing
door.
cigarette smoke into my room.
So this was all Jeff's fault.
It's
Boss-
Jefferson City's fault for even having this place exist. Every light's a buzzing. I don't know if that's just dead bugs in there being electrocuted. You got the gym that's carpeted. Carpet in a gym.
Yeah,
That's
what-
almost as good as carpet in the bathroom.
I was going to say some people have carpeting in their bathroom. In fact, some people have shag, baby,
Mm-hmm.
carpeting. Can you imagine having shag carpeting in your bathroom? I mean, when you sprinkle and you tinkle and be a sweetie and wipe the CD, but what if you get it all over the shag carpeting? That's kind of disgusting, don't you think?
Pretty small TV, not even bigger than a monitor that people have on their computer desk.
Right.
It did have a Google Chromecast built into the back, so I could stream wherever I wanted. Speaking of carpet in the
Yeah.
bathroom,
Yeah, okay.
that was a nice little touch.
Well, you're a big review guy, so did you give this thing a review?
Everyone knows what they're getting into.
What are you talking
Why
about?
even waste my time on a review?
So you're like a haughty reviewer.
I felt so bad for this place that needed to be put out of its misery.
Really?
The peephole has a little slidey window with the little metal circle over the peephole.
Right.
And that was broken off on my door, but someone had shoved a used piece of toilet paper into the peephole. Not
Into-
the pee hole,
the
in the peephole.
Now wait a minute. The thing that you actually look at, like, I'm a pirate. You're that little hole that you look at to see, make sure that nobody on the other side of the door is going to kill you. You're saying that your hole that you peeped through actually had toilet paper in it?
Mm-hmm. And I
Really?
thought that was just in case of emergencies. Like you
Yeah.
see something hot out in the hallway and then, some toilet paper's right there. But no, it was to block people from looking in.
I would have called the front desk. I was going to say, hey, I've got toilet paper in my peephole. And I want somebody up here right now. Can you imagine?
Bring the plunger.
Yeah, seriously. Send up maintenance, send up everybody, management, everybody. I have got toilet paper in my peephole. I bet you nobody in the history. How old is this place?
Oh, hundreds of years
See,
old.
okay, I
It's
bet
basically
you,
a lean-to.
I bet you going back to Abraham Lincoln, they have never had a complaint that they had toilet paper in their peephole.
The thing that I
Wow.
hate that hotels do, this one did also. Breakfast buffet. They have a big old bucket of ice, just a table of ice,
Right.
and then you got the cardboard milk cartons in there sitting on ice. Cardboard is paper. Paper doesn't really mesh well with water and ice too much. So eventually that's going to eat through your cardboard and your milk's going to get all over the place. And
Right.
you could tell that this thing, it had just fragments of paper, just the tiniest little sliver of paper just holding it together. That milk wanted to bust out the sides so bad.
And not only that, you brought it in to show me. I mean, so this obviously
mildew.
affected you because, like I was saying, when I go to the Holiday Inn Express, they're not sponsors that I know of, but they can if they'd like to be. They have their free breakfast thing, and I'm not a breakfast guy. I don't but I did pay for it. So I take a big trash bag. I take everything. I mean, I even take the equipment. These things that you make
Waffle
waffles
maker,
with.
yeah.
I have 14 waffle makers in my garage because I just take the whole dang thing. So you should have taken that whole tub of milk with the ice and everything, walked out with it, and said, hey, I got my money's worth, even though you didn't pay for it.
And I'm a little bit of a cheapskate, so I can appreciate the cutting of the corner sometimes. So I did make ramen in the coffee maker.
Did you really?
For dinner. I brought an avocado, and I brought a brick of ramen, and what I did was, and I couldn't figure out how to work this damn coffee maker, so I put the bowl underneath the coffee maker, the Keurig cups maker, and I held down the button. The button wouldn't just stay down, so I had to hold down the button the entire time to make the water come out all hot.
Yeah.
And then it would splash all over my arm and my face and my eyeballs, and it would burn so bad I was scalded, but I was too hungry to stop.
Wow.
And then I threw an avocado in there, and it was delicious.
Oh, that does sound good. Well, I told you my most interesting hotel situation. I mean, I don't know if it was probably worse than the Crapitol Hotel you're talking about. But we were in Columbia, Missouri. You know, it was for like one of these parents' weekend things, type of things. And we stayed. You couldn't find a place to stay, and so we stayed at it was like the Maritime. I don't know. It wasn't like the
Maritime law is different. You know, if it's the Maritime Hotel, they can do whatever they want.
America's Best or something like that. We're at this place, and first of all, they asked us. I think I told you this story. They asked if we wanted to see the room first before I checked in. That should have been
We get so many complaints.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just save a step.
And I'm like, no, how bad could it be? It was bad, but here's the best part. At 9 o'clock the next morning, right, which at least it wasn't 6 a.m., I hear that's knocking on my door, okay? I open the door. My lovely wife is behind me. Who's there? It was a hooker, and she says, I'm here for your 9 o'clock. I'm like, I didn't order you. What you think? And I'm looking at my wife like, did you order her? Because, hey, I'm not up for this at 9 in the morning, and we just had to shut the door. That was my craziest, and this is a true story, okay? Because once again, 94.2% of everything on the Right Mind show is true, but that is my craziest hotel story.
When I pulled into the parking lot of the Crapitol Plaza Hotel, there was a giant truck in there, and I thought everyone who has a business in Jefferson City may bring in outside work, and they need to sleep there. And the business that was written on the side of this truck was Environmental Sewage Body Disposal Poop Cleanup Services. And I thought, well, clearly they couldn't be working at this hotel full time. They're just sleeping here. And then I walk in, and there is construction just banging, just jackhammering in one of the rooms above me. And I thought, they're gonna drill a hole
right
through the room above me, and then that poops is going to come right into my bed.
And you know what? If that poop had come through into your bed, you could have brought it with you right now, and I could have put it in my sheet museum.
Even in the parking garage, it says, parking garage subject to flooding. Sometimes we lock the door so the water won't get in. Sorry if you get stuck.
Wow, that's
And they
nice.
took the time to print that on a sign and hang it up. I'm always offended by these sketchy places that say, we're not responsible for theft or stolen items.
Right.
Like, I'm in your parking
Well, who
garage,
is responsible?
and you're charging me $10 a day to park here.
That's the worst.
I get nothing?
You
No
go-
security whatsoever.
You go to Chicago, it's like $100. I mean, it costs. I mean, typically, I'm like, what? I just want to sleep in my car. I'm like $100 to park. I mean, does it come with a free hotel room? No, that's on top of your hotel
What
room.
service are you offering for $100 a day? Oh, the thieves know that you're an out-of-towner and you probably have your luggage in the trunk and they'll rob you.
It's exactly
It's
what
just
it
a
is.
big thing that we like to do to keep the economy of Chicago going.
It's such a, yeah, I hate Chicago. But I'm not going to go down that road. Hey, you know, we got to go. Speaking of Chicago, our first guest, she's actually in Chicago right now. Sarah Perry, that's where she's based. She's a comedian. She's from St. Louis, but she's going to come, I don't think she's actually in St. Louis now. I think she's actually calling from Chicago. So we can ask her about this, about her budding comedy career. And we've also got Kristine Sposato coming on. Hey, but you know, I'm just going to cut to the chase here and say, hey, you're listening to The Right Mind Show. In the meantime, I am Todd Showalter with my bestest buddy, Joey V. We'll be right back.
Coming up next on The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter, comedian Sarah Perry on the joys of cat ownership. Welcome back to The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter on News Talk STL. And now a man whose cat, Ed, refuses to use a litter box. So Todd's going to turn him into an Egyptian Sphinx cat by shaving off all of his hair and teaching him to love playing in the sand again. Todd Showalter.
Yeah, we're back. I'm Todd Showalter, my bestest buddy, Joey V. And on the line now is, well, she's originally, like I said, Joey, she's from St. Louis, but I believe she's in Chicago now, is rising comedian Sarah Perry. How are you, Sarah?
Good, John. How are you?
I'm doing good. I mean, you were in St. Louis not too long ago. How did that go? Because I was going to try to come see you, but I couldn't make bail. Was it a good show?
There were 6 shows, I believe.
Yeah.
We were at the Funny Bone, and it was Halloween weekend. It was awesome. It went really, really well. Really well. You missed out.
Are you? Well, I'm going to see. That's why I was going to see. Are you coming back? I mean, is there a chance I can come see you this day? Because I'm temporarily out, and so I mean, I'd like to come see you.
Hope I don't have anything on the books right now. I'm scheduling out early 2026, so hopefully late 2026 I'll be back in St. Louis again. Hopefully, yeah.
Okay, what are you doing now? Are you staying primarily in Chicago? Are you touring, or how's that all going?
I'm touring a little bit in the Midwest, and I'm recording something a secret in New York City at the end of this month.
Wait a minute, you're recording something secret?
It's not a special. It's just it's a recording that'll be online.
Okay,
soon.
And it's a secret.
Yeah.
It's a secret?
I can't tell anybody about it right now because tickets aren't released yet. Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. If you tell me a secret, I can promise you, Sarah, everyone will know. Everyone will know because I cannot keep a secret. I mean, ask anybody. I mean, I can't keep secrets, and so I mean, if you want to share it with me right now, I'll make sure that everybody knows.
No, I can't tell you.
So it's really top secret. Okay, can we play like maybe 20 questions and kind of guess a little bit? Does it deal with comedy?
Yes, it has to deal with comedy. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I know it. Okay.
Joey,
I'm not going to tell you.
Why? Why not?
It's a secret.
It's a secret. It's a secret. Well, that could be the name of your special, The Secret. The Sarah's Secrets. Is that what it's called, Sarah's Secrets?
Don't guess.
No.
Sarah's Secrets. I like that.
Now I'm making it up to be like a big deal, like a bigger deal than it is.
I can't wait. I'm going to go out. I've been telling everybody. We're going to, hey, you got to check out Sarah's Secrets. I like this. I like this a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so now the last time we spoke, because I'm a former marriage counselor. No, I'm not. But you just recently been married, and it was like a month that you were into it at that point. How's married life still going? Are you guys still together?
Yeah, it was. We're still together.
You're
right
still
now.
together. You're still together.
Yeah.
How did that work? I mean, what happened?
It's going okay. September 5th was the date.
Okay.
So we're a couple months in now.
You're right. So it's like, wait a minute. It's almost 4 months.
It's almost 4 months.
So do you have kids?
We have 5 kids right now.
You have 5 kids? Okay.
No, we're not. We're not having it. We have 1 cat, and that is already too much to handle. So we're done.
What kind of cat is it? Is it like?
Oh my God, Todd, we have a Maine Coon that is 3 years old, and he has no teeth. He's ridiculous.
He has no teeth?
He has no teeth. We had to rip all of his teeth out. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Now he's got chatter teeth. You wind up.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
It's not hilarious. It's really sad.
Wait a minute.
He had something called stomatitis. Have you heard of that?
I think no. What is it?
It's basically the way the vet described it to me was that he was allergic to his own teeth.
I think this. Did you? That's one of the biggest trickery in veterinary medicine because I was pre-vet for a week along with pre-med and pre-law, and the thing is, that's one of the things. How much did you pay to get all your cat's teeth pulled out?
Do not ask me that question because I'm still in debt. I'm still in debt from
I
that.
know. See, that's what they do. They say, well, it looks like the anal glands are good. He has a good coat. How am I going to make a buck here? Let's pull all of his teeth out. And I bet you they charged you at least $100, didn't they?
At least. At least 100. Yeah.
So now your poor cat has no teeth, and your vet is driving a new car. I mean, doesn't that give you guilt?
Oh, I bought her a vacation home. Yeah. It was. I was devastated. How do you explain to an animal, hey, I know you fell asleep with your teeth in and then you woke up with no teeth? I mean, you can't tell. I was devastated. I was devastated.
Well, what do you feed? What do you feed it? I mean,
that's what everyone asked me. So so he has so many health issues. It's ridiculous. This is how I know I don't want children, because if my child was sick, I would absolutely die.
If you have kids, they're born without teeth. Okay, so that's a start right there for you.
Well, so that's what it feels like when he bites you. It feels like a baby is like 900.
Well, what do you
'Cause they're
do?
so-
Do you put peanut butter on your hand or something just to get
We-
the sensation?
No. We have to soak his hard food in water. We have to wait a few hours, and then we give him the soaked hard food that was soaked.
Wow.
And he is able to eat that. I know. It's crazy. It's ridiculous.
And he's 3 years old?
He's only 3. He'll be 4 next month. He's
What?
just a baby. It's so sad. I know.
Well, I mean, cats, they live to be like 20. I mean, it's like, because I have Ed the cat that's the worst cat in the entire world, and he's going to be 16. I'll trade you if you want. But, so you got this cat, and he has no teeth. Does he have, besides that, is he okay? I mean, that's really kind of ridiculous. I mean, is that all he has wrong with him?
No, he has a lot of stuff wrong with him. He's been in the ER twice this year.
The
I'm in debt 'cause of
ER?
that. Yeah, the cat ER.
Wow.
Do you want to know something so funny? We took the most recent time we took him, and he was having breathing problems, and they didn't know what was wrong with him, so they had to do X-rays, of course, a couple $100 there, and then they had to wait a little bit for the X-rays to come back. And while I was waiting, he was in the oxygen tank, a couple $100 there, and I look over and one of the vet techs is holding something in her hand wrapped in a towel, and I thought it was a cat or a dog. And there's a long pink tail coming out of the towel, and she comes over and she puts a possum in the tank next to my cat. And I look over, and a couple, a guy and a man and a woman, are over next to me sobbing that their possum is sick. And then I overhear them call him Ted. So his
Ted
name
the
is
possum.
Ted the possum. And then later that day, that night, they brought him out, and then they brought him back. And one of the vets was like, "Wow, that was a lot of fluid we drained out of him."
Had Ted been hit by a car? Because that's the only possum I'd ever seen. It's been hit by a car.
I have no idea. I didn't even know you could own a possum as a pet. I had no idea, but I just thought it was the most hilarious scene watching these two people sob.
And meanwhile, you have a sick cat who has no teeth and an oxygen tank.
Exactly.
Well, this
exactly.
vet must really be making the bucks. I tell you what. Wow.
They're making money. They're making bank. It's ridiculous.
All right,
yeah.
I'm going to take this all back. I just wait on having kids for a while because you have your hands full.
I do have my hands full.
So
no kids.
So what does your husband think of all of this? I mean, whose idea was this? Your cat or was it your husband's cat? I mean, how did this all come about? Because is he like, hey, it only costs $12 to put it down. Is he like one of these guys or what?
Well, so exactly. What are we supposed to do? So he had a cat before we met. He had a cat named Mitch. He had 9 lives. He survived a house fire. He survived tons of stuff. And he lived to be 16. He had a great life. 16 years old, died, devastated. And so my husband and I were like, we want another cat because it's fun to come home to somebody. It's fun to have an animal, and dogs are too much work, or I'm on the road all the time. So we decided to get another cat. He really wanted a Maine Coon. We were doing our research. We got a good deal on a fancy cat. And I don't know. We just got a dud. We just got a dud. Got a dud of a cat.
Did you try to return it? Does it have a warranty?
We cannot return him. Absolutely not return him. We looked into it. We tried. There's no returning him. And it sucks because he's so beautiful. On the outside, he's gorgeous. He's the most beautiful cat you've ever. But on the inside, you know what he said? My husband said, on the outside, he is like Paris, France. And on the inside, he's like Paris, Texas. That's what it is. It's just, it's crazy.
Well, geez, that is just the most. I see, and it has no teeth, and it's wow. I didn't know this was going to go this way. Well, okay, let's just transition a little bit. Is everything else going well with the whole marriage thing?
Everything else in the marriage thing is going great. I'm getting great material. I'm doing new jokes. And that's all that matters when it comes to marriage.
That's true. Well, it is a lot of good humor. That's for dang sure. So tell us about your what you're doing as far as your shows and things like that. You say you're going around mainly the Midwest. What cities are you going to right now?
Right now I'm in Chicago mostly, and then in January I am doing a couple of places in Illinois, South Beloit, Arlington Heights, and then I got that thing in New York. And then in February, I'm going to Fargo at this place called The Cellar that I've been to twice already. It's so fun, such a fun place. then going to Cleveland, back to Chicago, Oak Park, Illinois, Rockford, Illinois, Madison, Wisconsin, one of my favorite clubs in the whole world called Comedy on State. I'm headlining there for the second time. May 7th. It's going to be so, so fun. And that's all I got right now for the first half of the year as far as headlining dates go. But, so I'm going to be busy.
Why don't you go someplace south? It sounds like you're going to all these freezing places in January and in the wintertime. I would love to.
I would love to go to the south.
Oh,
yeah.
We could help you with that because who was it? Well, Anthony does it. Our Anthony comes on the show all the time. He's always in Boca, and he does in Boca and Boca Raton, Florida. Sarah, I mean, they're all old and they go to bed by 4:00. And you talk about they have no teeth also, so you'd be perfect down there. have you thought about that? I mean, I think you could probably go down there tonight.
Well, so my husband's from Florida originally.
Okay.
So we have done the Florida route. We have gone there a few times. I would love to go back. Absolutely. I've never been to Boca. Never been there. I'd love to go.
Oh yeah,
that sounds fun.
It's a bunch of old people. He calls it ghetto, but I've never seen a ghetto of old people. But hey, to each their own. I don't know, but I'd at least be doing that during the summertime. Well, how did it go over the holidays? I mean, did you talk to the parents and stuff like that? I mean, are you estranged or are you getting along, or how'd that all go?
No, it's funny because I'm the only one without human children, so they all have their own families now, so I'm the only one that goes back to my parents' house.
Really?
And, it was me and John, my husband couldn't go, he had to work, so it was me and my parents, the three of us, and we watched The Grinch and ate Chinese food in St. Louis, and it was really fun.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that does sound like fun. So you're what part of St. Louis? Were you like Chesterfield or something like that? That area?
Chesterfield, born and raised, baby. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, they're trying to they got that factory thing they put out there, the factory theater.
I would die to perform there. It's gorgeous. It's so, so beautiful. Yes.
Well, Sarah, anything you want to promote or how can we see online? I mean, do you have your website? Do you have anything on YouTube? Yes. I mean, how can we all check you out?
I have a new special that came out in December. It's my first completely full-length special.
Okay.
It's called Sperry, like Sarah Perry, Sperry.
Okay.
And it is on, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
going to list where it is. It's on Amazon Prime, Apple TV, YouTube, Google Play, Vimeo, and more.
Wow.
And then you can listen to it on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Tidal, Deezer, and more. So it's everywhere. If you just look it up, I think most people are watching it on Amazon Prime. I think that's the easiest way people are getting to it. But it's my first full-length special. It's my favorite jokes of the first 10 years of me doing stand-up. And I'm really proud of it. I'm really, really proud of it.
Well, that is, you should be. That sounds wonderful. I'm definitely going to check it out. And then you have the big Sarah Secret in New York City that's coming up, too.
Yeah, the little recording that I'm doing in that. Yeah, and that'll be different. That'll be different jokes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I love talking with you, and so I hope we can make this a more regular situation unless, I'm too busy taking my cat's teeth out. But, I mean,
sure.
Will you come back and, will you talk to me again soon?
I would love to, Todd. Anytime you'll have me, I'll be back.
All right, my friend. Well, you take care. It's great talking with you.
You too. Thanks so much for having me.
All right. Bye-bye. Well, there she goes. I thought she's a lot of fun. And, some people it's easier to talk to than others. I mean, you ever talk to somebody and you're just trying to pull stuff out of them? I get that a lot when I go to Aldi and I stick my face right in somebody else's. I say, you want to talk? And they don't, and you don't get anything. Sarah, on the other hand, she's just nice. The conversation just kind of rolls, don't you think?
Mm-hmm. And something I was thinking about is she uses her marriage as material.
Yeah,
she's
right.
always paying attention to her husband, but it's to actually insult him on stage later. It seems like their marriage is good in the room.
Yeah.
But if he ever came to a show, he would just crap his little pants. He'd be so upset. He would throw up on the floor right there. It makes me wonder if she has a certain tell that she does, that she's going to write something down. If her husband says something so crazy, does she whip out her phone and write something in her notes book?
Oh, yeah.
Or does that change the situation by even having a tell? So she waits until he leaves and goes to the bathroom and then writes it down later. It's like with you. Once I told you that I touched my little mixing board every time you say something stupid for me to edit out, you've actually started noticing, and it's changed just how spontaneous you become. the show's become a little bit worse now that you know.
Well, I know, and that's
that
just
I
it.
noticed when you say stupid stuff.
Well, and the funny thing is, I thought it was like a piano keyboard because you're basically touching this thing like you have OCD all the time, and I didn't know what the deal was, and I didn't realize that every time you touch it, you're cutting something stupid that I said, and so I just thought and I think you just did it again. So every time you touch something, you're not just cutting it, you're saying, boy, that was stupid. I'm cutting it, Todd. And so every time, in fact, sometimes since that you don't even have to have the board with you. Sometimes I'll notice you'll just like touch like a doorknob or something, and I'll say, did I say something stupid? Mm-hmm. So now every time that you touch something, I'm thinking, I'm getting really kind of self-conscious now. You know what I mean? I'm starting to think like, wow, do I just walk around saying stupid things? Could you maybe just like have your hands in your pockets, and that way I could feel more, confident?
Oh, yeah. Less self-conscious. I get it.
I feel a little bit better about myself because you going around touching things all the time is making me feel like a real loser. Well, on that note, guess what? Coming up next on this show, boy, I hope everybody's sitting. We're not going to tell you who it is because it could be anybody. Should I just leave them in? Let's just leave them guessing. Should we do that?
Sure.
We're going to leave you guessing who's coming on the show. We like a little mystery. It'll be our secret this time who's coming on. How's that sound?
A real rock star of a person.
Really? Well, you better believe it. That's the only kind of...
Regular guest. One of everyone's favorites.
Yeah. One of those, everybody been on the show before and now going to be on the show again, and you can find out who it is when we come back. And in the meantime, I'm Todd Showalter with my bestest buddy, Joey V. This is The Right Mind Show. We'll be right back.
Coming up next on The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter, why conservative voices keep getting silenced with Kristine Sposato. Welcome back to The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter on News Talk STL. And now a man who is tired of the Missouri Broadcasters Association silencing his conservative voice by not giving him an award. Todd Showalter.
Hey, we're back. I'm Todd Showalter, along with my bestest buddy, Joey V. And on the line now, somebody I haven't talked to in a while, but I always enjoy having on, Kristine Sposato. She's like the author. She's saving our children from the crazy woke left, and she's solving all the college problems out in Colorado, along with many other things. How's it going, my friend? What's going on?
It's going great. I'm doing fine. Got a little dusting of snow today. We need water, so this is a good thing. It's a good day.
Are you a snow person? Do you like snow? I guess if you're in Colorado, you have to be.
Well, I grew up in the Midwest, in Minnesota and Wisconsin.
Oh, so Minnesota. Oh, lucky you.
I'm used to it. Oh, well, I'm embarrassed these days, but typically...
Yeah.
Nice
was it as nutty in Minnesota before or as it is now? Or, I mean, what what happened?
Like the whole world has gone crazy. So it's just another layer of insanity, I think. But yeah, I'm glad I'm not there now. Although, Colorado is pretty liberal too. So
yeah.
We've got our own issues.
Well, I tell you what, I mean, but you're trying to fight it. You've got your book that you're working on, Student Voices Silence.
I know.
And
yes.
Is it complete at this point, or are you wrapping it up?
I'm wrapping it up. I'm working with an editor, so I'm putting the final touches on it. But I took a little turn this time, and after talking to so many parents that were estranged from their children or had strained relationships with their children, it really touched my heart. And so it's the consequence of my first book, Student Voices Silence. So this is what's happened over the years. And I have my own stepchildren that I'm estranged from. And so I understand from a first person perspective how difficult it is when those relationships are broken. So this book I worked really hard, so it's not conservative. It doesn't necessarily have a point of view. The point of view is for those hurting parents that are grieving. And it happens on, both sides of the spectrum. There now, especially after the Charlie Kirk assassination, there are a lot of liberal parents whose children now are exploring conservative philosophies and religion, and that's difficult for them too. And so this book is as impartial as I could be politically, philosophically, and it really gives practical things that parents can do to move forward and heal their grief.
Yeah, well, there certainly is a lot of it. I mean, I think the last time we spoke, I was telling you about a neighbor of mine that was practically in tears. She was in tears, actually. As you said, one of her daughters wasn't going to come home for Christmas, didn't want to see her ever again, just based on the fact that, she voted for Trump and supported him. And
Yep.
I think you've got like these kids that, and even I said, I'm sure that she'll grow out of it. I mean, maybe she will, but, you're missing a lot of, the holidays, a lot of, special moments when people are going
Yeah.
through this. And I don't know if we talked about it in depth, but it's almost as it's like a mind conditioning, brainwashing type of thing, that it seems to
Yep.
be that people can let something, and I'm sorry, I mean, I hate to use the word trivial, but when it comes to family and friends and things like that, I mean, I don't know about you, I mean, but I think I do. I mean, but, you can be as hell-bent passionate about politics or things like that as you want, but at the end of the day, it doesn't mean I'm going to stop loving my family or love, my friends and things like that. I mean, do you think that there's some people, and you obviously have seen this, and this is what you're writing a book about. I mean, do you think some people have taken it such to the extreme that it's become almost like a mental situation?
It is, and it's a value shift. Our culture, the Western society, has always had an individualist mindset. I can do this on my own. I can be on my own. I don't need anybody. Because our culture has become so transient that it's easy for kids to move away and not even be close to their parents anymore because they don't really need them. And that's reinforced by our society. And frankly, my position is that's an avoidance behavior. And instead of having to do the hard work of working through conflict with their family, they just, drop it and walk away and say, well, I don't know how to handle this. I don't have the skills, the depth, the wisdom to deal with this, the emotional security to deal with you. I'm so fearful of that I can't really back up my posture in a way that's so profound it can justify this break in our relationship. So it's easier to just walk away. So actually, I think it's emotional fragility rather than strength. And I think they view it as being strong. I've got boundaries. I'm going to, set up these rules for my life. And really, to be a person of depth and a person of compassion, we need to take on the hard work of learning to deal with these difficult situations and relationships and find the compassion in our hearts to connect on a human level and not all this cognitive stuff that's going on in our brains.
Well, what do you do? I mean, say, and I guess you address this in your book. I mean, if you are, thank God it's not it hasn't happened to me. But if I have a child that says, well, I never want to see you again because based on your political views, what am I supposed to do?
The book covers a lot of communication techniques that parents can use. This is what you should do. This is what you should not do. Really, the book is about parents working on themselves, working on their own stuff, and shifting the focus from, I got to change my kid, to, I'm going to change myself. And I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to build some skills so I have better ways to communicate with my child when we have conflict. Also, I'm going to work on myself so I have this grounding and this depth of me and value of me as a human being that it doesn't all rely on them. And it's really a grief process. Who am I without these kids? Who am I without these dreams of these, fun holidays with my kids and my grandkids? For a lot of us, that's not a reality. That's just not going to happen. If it does, thank God, what a grand miracle. But if it doesn't, we have to go on with life, and we have to find joy in life.
Yeah.
And so the book is about these real practical steps of moving through that. To deal with my own loss of my stepkids, I was seeing a therapist, and I would go in every session, and he'd say to me, "You don't even need me. What are you paying me for coming in here all the time? You're coaching yourself through this." And he really encouraged me. He said, "You've already written one book. You really need to write this down, because your process of getting through this is really ideal. There's nothing I can add to what you're doing." And that was a year ago. And so I've been noodling it, and I finally decided that I've heard from enough parents, and the problem is growing. It's not going away. And there really isn't anything out there in the market right now that's addressing this so frankly and so straightforward, and with really practical tools that people can use to heal.
What's causing this? Well, I mean, there has to be something that's fueling all this. So what's your thought on that?
I believe that we're in the middle of a really profound spiritual warfare right now.
I do too.
And I really think that that's what the divide, fundamentally, where it comes from, is I believe there's an evil force on earth, and the Bible says there is, and breaking up families and people, neighbors, friends. That's how you destroy people, and how you destroy society, and how you get people to turn from God. You know, if people are believing that their hate of someone or something else, a philosophy, is greater than these relationships, or, greater than their humanity, evil is winning. Evil is winning by dividing us. And so fundamentally, that's what I think. There's a great book out there, and I think the name of it is The Return of the Gods. And the author goes through all these pagan gods and identifies how how they're back on earth, and they're playing, and they work for evil, and how he gives examples of where you can see it. You can see it everywhere in our society. So that's kind of heavy and kind of deep, but that's what I believe is, that justifies in our minds how we can behave so badly, is just pure evil.
But going back to your book, I think that's what you're doing. Yeah. When can people, when will it be available, and how can people go about, can you pre-order it, or how can they get a hold of your book?
Well, I'm not quite sure. I expect within the next month or 6 weeks, it's going to be available, and it'll be on Amazon. My first book is on Amazon, so if anybody wants to start reading up, Student Voices Silenced is on Amazon. And they can go to my website, studentvoicessilenced.com, or just voicessilenced.com.
Voice of Silence?
Voices Silenced.
Okay. Voices
And they can leave their email address on the request form, and I'll be in touch. I'm sending out newsletters and tools that they can use right away before the book is even published. I had a great inspirational teacher in my writing who said about books, she said, give it away. Give it away. If people buy the book, make sure there's value in it. And I loved it when she said that, because that's so true. It's so disappointing to get a book or some resource and you think, oh boy, this is going to be transformational, and it's a dud. And you wasted all your time reading it, and you're not walking away with any change or transformation or understanding. So I'm going to be sending out
Now, Kristine,
resources.
you just said that
In the
because
meantime,
I sent you my book, and you just you brought that up. So
I never say anything that you do is a dud, Todd. You're fabulous.
okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Todd.
We will talk soon. All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Take care.
Hey, did you have a good time today?
I had a wonderful time. It's the new year, and my resolution is that any time that I get a hotel room anywhere,
Right.
you and the wife are going to be invited, and I'm going to put it on your calendar.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because
okay.
I don't want to be alone anymore. Not in this world. It's too short, and I think we can get up to shenanigans in any city. It could be Jeff City. It
Heck
could be
yeah.
Miami. It
Heck
could
yeah.
be Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Well, the good thing about that is a lot of these places, you don't. If you ever go to a place where you say, "Hey, I'm probably never going to be here again," that just opens the flood doors of opportunity when it comes to pranking,
Making
and doing
friends.
stuff.
Yeah, I mean pranking.
Oh, I mean the stuff that you can get away with. Like when we were traveling by car, which I don't recommend. I mean, because I'm not a big car guy. But I mean, when we stop at the Holiday Inn Express, which again is not a sponsor of the show, but they should be. And I'm in a town where I know I'm never going to be here again. Boy, I tell you what, they make sure that they don't want me back, because I have so much fun. Did that make any sense?
It makes a ton of sense.
Okay, so if you do invite me back, and we say at what was it called? The
Crapitol Plaza
the
Hotel.
Crapitol Plaza Hotel. I guarantee you that we will never, ever be allowed back in that building.
They got a little bed. Even if you think there's only one bed in the closet, they got this one little stretcher thing. It opens up. It's got 3 little straps on it, and you could sleep there at the foot of my bed like a little cat.
A small little stretcher bed.
It's a little stretcher bed. It's got 3 straps across it. I don't know what it's for. And then they got the other bed that slides open and sits next to the iron, but I don't know if it has anything to do with the iron. So there are usually about 3 beds you can find. 4 beds if you put a bunch of towels in the bathtub.
Yes.
There's places to sleep all over in most hotel rooms.
Yeah. Well, and the good thing about your place is if you have to sneeze, you can just pull the toilet paper out of the peephole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, did you have a good time today?
Definitely.
I had a really good time today.
Great
We'll
time.
do it again soon. Well, you know what I always say, and you always say, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a right mind, you don't have a mind at all.
Until next time,
bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter. To find out about all things Todd, go to toddsprod.com. We will see you next Saturday night at 5 p.m. right here on 101.9, 94.1 News Talk STL, and always streaming online at newstalkstl.com.